Hello, welcome to Crochet and Geekery. I'm Lindy Cad. Today is a community challenge fulfillment day. We will be doing Tunisian squares because yesterday we fulfilled the points, and I decided instead of waiting a month, we're just going to do it the next day. And so the first thing we're going to do today is figure out what our next challenge that we will be working towards is. So let's get in there. And I did decide that instead of playing Stream Raiders, we're just going to focus on the challenge stuff. So first thing, so this is our options: left-handed crochet, corner to corner crochet, tapestry crochet, and then three options that aren't crochet: needle felting, friendship bracelets, and cross stitch string. So I have my dice here, my lovely six-sided dice. I have so many dice. So let's see here. Left-handed. So let me get that written up. So actually I'm going to go back to chatting so that you don't have to look at my arm. Let's see here. So left-handed crochet. Attempt to crochet left-handed. And donate. Let's do this community challenge. Alright, so we got 30 days and 18,000 points because 15 didn't seem to be a problem for you guys. So that is starting now. So, and I'm gonna mark today's as, no, I'll wait till we're done with today's stream to mark that as complete. So, Tunisian squares. Move my dice tray. So we'll be working out of this book. It's Tunisian Crochet. It's by, let me get this up here, Petra Tornag Zimmerman. I hope I did not butcher any of that name. And I can show you some of the squares. I've worked from it before, and so these are some of the squares I've done already, which are like the first 4 in the book, and I'll be starting over again because from the first ones because it's been a hot minute. So, and again, as I've been showing it, and I dropped it. I dropped it. Yes, I'm wearing slippers because my feet are cold. As I've been showing, oops, I need to get that off the thing. Where, go away. As I've been showing the entire time that I've talked about which side is too bright. It's just too bright in general. So this is a Tunisian square crochet hook, also known as an Afghan hook. It's long, and you're about to see why. So I chose this yarn, and also for the ones that have a second color, black, because this is a challenge after all. So it's like I'm probably gonna hate myself later if we make it to any of the colored squares. Ooh, I should do that as a prediction. Run it for like 10-20 minutes, however long I can run it. See what you guys think, if I'm gonna make it past one square today or not. So the first bit looks just like normal crochet. You just chain, however, at least for this first square, which is called Tunisian simple stitch. Hi. Closed captioning, what are you doing? Or rather, what are you not doing? Hello? Okay, there we go. I had to refresh my window. So you're just making chains here. So we're making what's called a foundation chain, or foundation row. Still, you know, similar. And we're gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We're going to go ahead and do 20. 17, 18, 19, 20, which is what my squares originally were. So we're going to skip actually no, we're gonna do count 21 because we got to skip the first stitch, and I want 20 stitches. So then we're just gonna start pulling up loops. Wait, no, because I have that. Never mind. I forgot. I have one on the. I'm going to have one on the loop anyway. And like regular crochet, which works, you lose that. You need one for the churn. You don't have a churn here in Tunisian crochet. You know what? This is kind of going to be like the broomstick lace. This is kind of, the pillow's kind of getting in my way with this hook. So yeah, we're going to just keep going all the way back through everything. As much as I like working over ends instead of weaving them in, I'm just going to weave in this end instead of trying to work over it. Okay, so now we've got everything. So we're going to make an extra chain like that. And then we start to do our return row. So we hook over, pull through 2. Good. I said 2 yarn. 2, not 4. It got a little excited. All right. Don't like how washed out my video is. I think there's just too much light going on. It's a bright sunny day. And then boom. That's our foundation row. Neat. Okay. And try to get this not so washed out. Aha! It was because I had my blinds open. So, foundation row. So we're going to ignore this bar right here and go to the first one here. And then we're just going to repeat the process. Pull up loops. So how was everyone's day? Mine has been a little sleepy. Like, I tried to get stuff done this morning and it's just like, nope, go back to bed. Okay. So, here we are at the end. We're going to go through. Right here is the back bar. And then we're going to go through the front bar as well. And this is going to give us like a straighter edge on this left side. And this is why we need a long crochet hook. You're never going to be able to do this with, like, if you had a short, if you're doing like a short square, you could probably do this with the regular crochet hook. But when you start doing long rows, which, you know, that's also why they're called Afghan hooks. I have a set that has a clear tube on the end, so it's, I could probably stretch it out to my arm's length if we're doing Afghans. Afghan rows. So I could do even longer. So do my chain for my return row, and then we just keep going. So this is row 1 after our foundation row. So technically each row has 2 parts. It has the forward, which is pulling up all the loops, and then it has the return, which is what we're doing right now. I kind of feel like I'm doing a tutorial on how to do Tunisian crochet right now. Because it's like I really have nothing else to talk about. So I'm just kind of talking about what I'm doing. And again, we're going to ignore that very first bar there and go forward again. I have this goal of working my way through this entire little booklet and making these squares and adding in granny squares of yarns that I've basically used up. And it can just get like a, similar sized square. And basically making a little blanket for myself by seaming them all together. It's gonna be a pain in the butt, but it'll look pretty. Like nice and scrappy. Scrap happy. Okay, so back bar, front bar, let's do this. See, I know, like I said, how was everyone's day? What kind of things are you guys working on? I put up a poll, prediction of whether you guys think I'm going to get more than one square done in today's stream or not, but I think everybody's lurking and won't want to engage in a poll, in a prediction like that. So I'm just going to keep working. I kind of hope we at least make it to the next one so that I can throw in the black and make this harder on myself. Did I go through 2 there? Nope, I only went through 1. Okay. And the foundation row is rolling up. Let's see. As you can see, it kind of makes this little grid of straight up and down lines. Alicia, welcome in, welcome in. How are you doing? Thank you for the meow, which I still gotta find a meow to change that alert sound to, so that I get a double meow. I'm trying to finish a dice pick. Nice. Are you doing one with that basket weave that you showed me? Because that looked really amazing. Back bar, front bar. Oops, I only got it through the front. Again, only through the front. Have about six or nine. That's a hell of a difference, you know. I still need to make one for myself, or to put in the Kopi shop, since. So yeah, this is what we're doing. This is the first one, first square that we got going. It's the Tunisian simple stitch. So chain for return, and just whoop. When you're working with front, and it's total of 1 round. Okay. Three to 4 rows per block. Okay. I'll trust you. You wanna make a cup of tea? All right, go do that. I don't know why, but I'm the kind of person where I drink coffee in the morning and tea in the afternoon. Right now, all I have is herbal tea, and it bums me out because I like black tea. But I have some really good herbal teas too. Like I have this apple cinnamon one that's amazing. So, like, the stitch here, like when it's the hi, focus. Hi, can you come on? When it's this row, it curls, but then it straightens out as we get going. So, that's good. So, then give me the stitch. bar, rep bar. Oop, I only have part of my... Also, rather proud of myself today because... Welcome in, Gwenille. Enjoy your lurk. Had a long nap and woke up a little ago. 6 p.m. It's a long nap. Depending on when you started your nap. So, but I'm assuming it was something more like 2 or 3 your time. That would make it a long nap. But as I was just about to say before I needed to greet Gwenille, I was proud of myself because I was working on my sister's hat and I just got up to the point of doing the color work, switching to the white for the first motif, and realized that I screwed up the ramble. And instead of going nuclear and frogging everything down to the lifeline that I put in, so I wouldn't have to do the ribbing again if I went nuclear and frogged everything, I actually tinked back the entire row because it was the first motif that I made that mistake in. So it's like, I'm proud of myself. I unworked the entire, or almost an entire row, actually 2 rows, because I had, a row and a half, row and 1/4 or something like that. But I went backwards. I backwards knit. I tinked an entire row instead of just going, the hell with this, I'm starting over. I haven't fixed the problem yet, but I'm proud of myself for not going nuclear. That's what I've done with every other time I've made a mistake, is I just completely frogged and started over. Instead of just carefully knitting backwards to where I made the mistake and fixing it. Although I will, in my defense, the mistake I made on, the pattern's called Sophie's shawl. I dropped a stitch, but I was going to pick it up, so I wasn't going to just frog. But okay, so I had this drop stitch would be my thumb, and I'm following up, looking for where I need to go with it, and the 2 side stitches eventually go like this. I have no idea how, because I never did knit 2 together, but there was nowhere for it to go. So it's like, okay, nope, we're frogging, because I can't pick up the stitch. There's nowhere for me to anchor it. Anchor it so it won't unravel everything. So that one I had to frog. I suppose I could have and it was like that much below where I actually was. So it's like, I'm gonna have to do this thing. I'm gonna have to just, and plus that's more for practice than something I actually want to complete. So I don't mind frogging that one over and over again. Although it would be nice to eventually complete, because it has this really nice I-cord border that's built into the pattern. Like you make it as you're going, and it looks really nice and sharp. So it's like, yes, I like this. But yeah, no, it's like, okay, that's not my fault. Okay, I did something weird there. Because this one stitch did not look like it's supposed to. I don't know how far back I have to... No, we're good right back to the beginning. And just pick up all these stitches. Okay, I must not have, like, pulled through. Two? Welcome back, Mikio. Hey! No! My yarn is being naughty. Yeah, no. So yeah, Tunisian isn't very difficult to do. It's just time consuming. Much like broomstick lace. It wasn't hard to do, but it process is just it takes time to do. It still looks weird. Does not look like it's supposed to. Because there's not supposed to be this hole here. Okay, and then there's one over here too. It's supposed to have this nice solid background down here, like down here. Okay, we're going till I have, yeah, just one loop. So back to where I was pulling up loops. I thought it was that I, like, didn't pull through, like, two, and I only pulled through one, but no. The mistake went farther back. Yeah. I'm back down to one coffee mug again because, well, two if you count my travel mug. Because, I put it a little too close to the kitchen sink, and when my partner was trying to give the dogs treats, he leaned back and it crashed into the sink and shattered. Well, it didn't shatter, it cracked in half into two pieces. And this was the mug that he bought me because he knew that I had broken one, and it's like, darn it, this was a pretty one. Why are you going all the way down there? I think that's part of the problem. We'll try it and see. But I might have to pull back one more row. Because that should not be that long. Or that tall of a bar. So yeah. Okay, let me see. What do we got here? That looks better. Okay, we'll go with it. Yeah, no, so it must have been something in how I picked up the loops, because it looked much better the second time. I mean, all the loops slanted, but I think that's just because that's what they do until I do my next forward round. Come on. Up. We got an ad coming up. I'm gonna get up, move, stretch. You're welcome to do the same. Otherwise, stay sitting if you want to. That's your prerogative. There will be 2 minutes of ad set run, and we'll be back after those 2 minutes. See you then. All right, we're back, and I see that we got a donation to the left-handed crochet challenge that will be next up after when. So that's what we rolled today before we got started with this. So if any of you haven't donated today and would like to see me attempt to do left-handed crochet, I'm typically right-handed when I crochet, donate some points. I don't know who I have to thank for donating that 2K, but thank you. I missed seeing it. Although, considering that Gwenyl and Mikia are typically people who donate points to community challenges, I am assuming it was one of you two. Oh, I went through 3 there. Back up. Ooh, that was actually, I like crochet for the fact that I can rip back like that, and those loops will just hang and I don't have to worry about them going anywhere. It's like, no, you're not gonna go anywhere on me until I, get my hook through you. So unlike knitting, where that would have been a nightmare. That would have been a what are you thinking? Wait, what am I doing? That's not what I do. That was part of the problem. Let's go back to the beginning. Yarn over and then do the thing. Ugh. Ugh. Hi, you're only supposed to go through 2. It's like doing an endless series of double crochets. Or doing one really long double crochet decrease. Keep me in your prayers today. Might run out of yarn. I just hope I have enough left for the next 4 or 5 rounds. You have left. Oh, I will pray to Frigga that you have enough yarn to win Yarn Chicken. Brain is forgetting what I'm doing. As I'm doing it. Going over and draw through the next 2 stitches. Yeah. Okay, so there we go. Wow. Brain is forgetting what I'm doing as I'm doing it. Thanks, brain. Anybody else having that problem lately? Or ever? Or is that just me with my fibro thing? I'll go lurky turkey and just zoom through this bag so I can start to finish the stitch, and so I have all the time in the world to do other plan. So I plan crochet stuff. Lurk away. Lurking is absolutely welcome in this channel. Lurkers are always welcome. I might ask questions, but you are not. If it's an emergency, you may message you on Discord. Alright, I will keep that in mind. Give me the back bump so that I can slip you through the 2 stitches. Two bars. Come on. Go through. Go in your home. Okay, fine. Fine. But I'm not going. Ugh. There, got it. I really need to work on my tension not being so tight. I make way too many amigurumis. Stop curling. Let's see. So, for everybody else who's not lurking or is willing to answer despite the fact that you are lurking, what new thing have you learned lately? For me, the most recent new thing I've learned is stranded color work and knitting. Although, I suppose we can count relearning how to do Tunisian crochet because it's been a while since I actually worked on this technique. Another technique I want to do, but I don't have the equipment for it, is hairpin lace. But I need a loom for it. Well, I suppose I could actually make one. I need 2 rods and 2 crossbars. Get something to put 2 wooden dowels in, and I could DIY my own hairpin lace loom. If I could figure out something to put the dowels into. That'll, keep them rigid and not wobbly. Or I could just find the $11 in my budget and get the one that I've saved on Amazon for later. That would probably actually be less money than trying to DIY one. So yeah, the current question is what new thing have you guys learned lately? Or if it's been a while since you've learned something new, what is something that you want to learn? especially crafters. There's always something to learn. Like I said, one thing I want to learn is how to do hairpin lace. I also need to learn how to do the math on patterns to scale up and scale down. Patterns to fit more than just me. Because the coat design that I have in mind for my winter coat, I want to make it an actual pattern to sell on Kofi, Ribbler, and Ravelry. And it's like, that's all the places that I sell them on. Actually, no, I also sell them on Lovecrafts. Like basically anywhere that I'm allowed to sell patterns, I put my patterns there that I sell. And because I have it in mind to do a big project, and that would be a challenge. And that also came to mind because one of the people that's at the Stitch and Bitch that I go to every Wednesday made the comment that she thought I'd be good at being a tech editor for knitting and crochet. Well, more crochet than knitting because I'm better at it, but eventually I'd be able to do it in knitting as well. And tech editor being the person who does do the maths and figures out the sizes and that kind of thing. And also that it would be like, yeah, no, it's something that you'd be able to do, it would be on par with what you're already doing. It's like super touched that she actually considered, where it's like, yeah, no, this is probably within your ability to do given the limitations you have. And that way too, because there was this one pattern I found that was really cute. I mean, I didn't like the cold shoulder part, but it's like I could easily alter that part to not be cold shoulder. But one of the things when I went to go get it, I mean, first off, I was a little sticker shocked with the fact that the pattern was selling for like $13.50, I think. Oh, hello, EJ Crochet and Patterns. I'm like, wait, this is all running together and I have a hard time separating this out so I can read it. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in, and if you don't mind talking, tell us a little about yourself. If you just want to lurk, that is perfectly fine. Where lurkers are welcome. I just always ask if you want to talk. Tell us about yourself. So that's always an option. But then reading the description of the pattern on Etsy, it's like, yeah, no, it only includes the pattern for the size small. Instructions for size small, and then it's like, yeah, I have a video tutorial of it on YouTube that with tips on how to size it up for how you might be able to size it up for the size that you are. And it's like, no thank you. I've seen plenty of free patterns that have all the different sizes, have multiple different sizes. I'm not paying this much money for something that I'd have to do the work to figure out how to make it fit me. It's like, no. It's like, at that rate, I'll just design something for myself. So for anybody who's just coming in, we're doing the community challenge fulfillment for the Tunisian squares. So Tunisian crochet, this is Tunisian crochet hook, also known as an Afghan hook. And we're currently working through the Tunisian simple stitch. I'm working out of this book by Petra Tornak Zimmerman. I really hope I don't butcher any of that name. And this last stitch is a pain, I tell you. So I gotta get through both sides, but not the back bump. And I crochet super tightly because of my habit of crocheting amigurumis. Okay, so all my stitches are super tight. I also knit tightly, or so I think. I was shocked when the local yarn store owner told me I was a loose knitter. It's like, have you seen how my knit stitches choke on the needle? And I can barely move them? There we go. It's like, sure, my purl stitches are loose as hell, but yeah, knit? No. The knit stitches are super tight. So and for those of you who missed it at the beginning, the selection at the beginning, our next challenge that we are raising points for is left-handed crochet. I'm typically right-handed with the crochet. It might not be a super challenge considering I'm mostly ambidextrous, but it's definitely going to be a thing. And I stopped putting the VODs on YouTube, but for the most part, but I keep the community challenge ones because they get interesting. Like I had to keep the crochet blindfolded one because that was just, I was super proud of how that crochet granny square came out, because yeah, it ended up being more like a pentagram. Yeah, pentagon. I mean, I suppose it could have been pentagram, but no, pentagon is the word I'm looking for. You know, because I made mistakes while I was blindfolded, but I successfully crocheted blindfolded. That was amazing. So I was super proud of that. It's like that one's getting kept for posterity. I don't even know how many rows we have. I haven't been keeping count. Whoopsies. I guess I'll just keep going until it looks like a square. I'm just kind of getting there. But I really ought to do 20 rows, given that I have 20 stitches. Come on. Really? Just, oops, I'm out of frame. Sorry. It's just easier to do it up by my... That went whoosh. Just whoosh. So now, how's everybody's day going? I know I asked that, but we've probably gotten new people in, so gonna ask again. And again, if you're lurking, you don't have to answer. I just asked to foster conversation with those who do want to answer. Lurkers are more than welcome. You guys are a vital part of my community. So don't ever feel like you have to answer a question just because I asked it. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we'd be halfway. Yeah, we don't have a nice triangle if we fold it corner to corner. We's got a rectangle. So we're halfway there. And we're halfway through the stream. Yeah, I'm not getting through more than one square. Which is a bummer, because some of the other squares look good. I suppose I could show them off again, because I brought over the ones I've done before. I should have done a smaller size, like a 10 by 10. I suppose I could just do a triangle. Or rather a rectangle, and then that way I can move on to the next one. It's like, yes, I said squares, but I really do want to show you guys some of the other ones too. So it's not just one square. I think I'll do that. So we'll do the bind off for this. So yes, you bind this off like you do in knitting. And I think I'll make the next square smaller. We'll make it, we'll make it 5, well no, 10. Maybe a 10 by 5-ish, something like that. See how many I can get through. You know what? If I'm gonna work it this way, we're gonna work it more up here. We're gonna move the camera. Wait, no, it's just supposed to be like, Yep, just make slip stitches after going through the bar the way that we've been going through it on forward round. Hi, can you focus? Thank you. Hmm. Not enough. Anyway, does anybody have plans for the day? Or what did you do with your day for those of you who have been, have gone through most of your day today? Because I know some of you are more of the European persuasion. And then I'm going to do this to give us a nice knot. Where's my scissors? Okay, so here is our completed rectangle. It's minor squarish. So yeah, this is the Tunisian symbol stitch. The next one is going to be the Tunisian tweed, which is going to be a little bit of a challenge because this is my second color. We're gonna do this do up a little. So yeah, I chose black. One, I thought it would look really good with the green. Two, this is supposed to be a challenge, so yeah. Chain the desired number of stitches and crochet the foundation row. Okay, foundation row. We're gonna do 10 stitches this time, so maybe I can get through the tweed row and get down to the next one. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 10. And then we're going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. Just 1 minute. I'm gonna go on break. I think I need it. I need it for something. Okay, my partner just needed to tell me something. All right. Okay, so we did that. Whoops, I was supposed to, never mind. I gotta go back to this, to my hook. Because apparently I was supposed to switch to my second color already. My return row was the second color. Anyway, so trying to think about the things to talk about. Of the ones I've gotten done, the Tunisian tweed is my favorite. Because it kind of gives you this little half and half on the front. And it just looks gorgeous. Okay, so we're going to ignore that one. Pick up a loop here. Loop here. Loop here. Up here, up here, up here, up here, up here. And again, this is just using the Tunisian simple stitch to do this. It's just you're doing it with 2 colors. Instead of 1. Oh, we got a break coming up in a minute. I'll be getting up, moving around, stretching. You're welcome to do the same. If you'd rather keep sitting, that is your prerogative. But now it's the time to get yourself a drink of water, a snack, get up, move, do the self-care thing. There will be 2 minutes of ads that run during this time, and we'll be back during those after those 2 minutes. Thank you. All right, we're back. Sorry to anyone who needs closed captioning, but my partner's expecting a call that's going to require some very personal and identifiable information, and I just noticed that it was getting picked up on my closed captioning despite how quiet we were talking in the bedroom, so I'm turning that off until that phone call is over. So again, my apologies. I should have had my closed captions on for that bit, but brain doesn't want to brain today. Yeah. Anybody have anything fun and exciting going on in their lives? Like I said, I am out of things to talk about, so. And then we're gonna. Oh no, that's. It's fine. I was gonna. Oh, I was thinking that was crossing over, but it's not. It's fine. Okay, so this is row 3. Yeah, that was weird. How did I miss that? No idea. Okay. I think I'm supposed to be doing that chain with the same color, but oh well. I kind of like it with the opposite color. Because then it matches over here. Now it's starting to cross. I like this color combination. And it's not as difficult to do as I thought it was going to be with the black. Nope, not black. Black. I just went and did my return in the same color that I did the forward. Then, like, no, I'm supposed to be changing colors. Yeah, like I said earlier, Tunisian isn't hard, at least not these first stitch patterns, because it's just tedious. Tedious and time consuming. How are we doing? Do we have a... Ooh, we have a nice little triangle. I think we're done. 2, 3, 6, 7. Oh, this is a square. So clearly it doesn't take as many rows as stitches to make a square. Because that made a beautiful triangle, which means we're square. So we can go on to the next one. Which I think I'm going to work in black. I, And then this will need to be worked. It's woven in. Okay. So, presently working yarn in front, insert from right to left in the front bar and pull up a loop. See the right picture above. Purl. But that's how I've been working it. Okay, we're gonna, this one might be a challenge, especially since I'm choosing black as my color. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Because it says right to left, which is just like, no, I've been... It's like through the back, maybe. But that would be left to right. I feel like that's a typo because it's, even what it's showing me is left to right. I don't know. So this is simple stitch first to give myself front loops to front bars to work with. Yeah, it's working through the back. Okay. Because it has it bent down like this. Not in view. Okay, so we're going to, where is my, did I get it around though? Nope, I didn't. Front bar. Okay, this one I'm not understanding at all. It's like I got it before when I first did these stitches, but now I'm not understanding what I'm supposed to be doing. Because it says I need to go from right to left. But it's like, excuse me, I've been going right to left. Alright. Like, here's the picture that they want me following. Doesn't that look like they... with the yarn in front? Right to left in the bar, pull up a loop. Ugh. Like, seriously, you are wanting me to... like that? Maybe? I don't know. This is the only thing I can think of. Is that it wants me to do this. And then go through like this. Hold that down so that I can... Yeah, because that makes like a purl bump that, like in knitting. But it's like, so why not tell me that I need to, yeah, but okay. Wait, this last one just gets worked as an edge stitch. Okay, I think that was it. That's how I do this. I'm confused. I really don't know if I'm doing this right. It kind of looks like, but the picture shows, so hard to tell because it's black, but... Oops. It probably would have worked better, looked better with the green, but oh well. So that needs to be just a normal stitch. Okay. Yeah, I might write in this book saying that, this is a simple the Tunisian simple stitch with, yarn in front. Because that's essentially what this is, and that makes a lot more sense than how they're explaining it in the book. Yeah, sorry if I'm going quiet. I just have nothing to talk about. So, if anybody has a topic of conversation you want to bring up, I'm game. Yeah, I should have used the green because the black is way too hard to see for you guys to see what I'm doing. Although if I bring it really close to the camera, it looks nice. Hello, welcome to Crochet and Geekery. I'm Lindy Cat. It is great to see you. It is Monday. Because stream ended weirdly last week for the community challenge, I am going to do more Tunisian squares today. I am so sorry for how stream ended last Tuesday, but I noticed that my mic was starting to pick up my partner's voice when he was dealing with the, verifying his tax return. So it's like, no, need to mute. And then he actually needed help finding information to help with that. So it's like, yeah, no, we're just ending. So welcome in, Gweneil. Like I said, in text, enjoy your lurk. How is everybody else? Gweneil, you don't have to answer that question because you're lurking, unless you want to. So we're going to start out today by, I have some projects I'm going to show off because I've been a little busy in getting things done. So some of them I'm going to show on the screen because of the size of them. So yeah, this is the Pisces that we will get to eventually. I made them the size because it is a gift for my second cousin, because it's my cousin's kid. This is for her youngest daughter. And no, oldest daughter. I'm getting his birthdays mixed up. And this is Capricorn, who we're also going to get to. This one's for the youngest, and the head is wobbly. I probably could have stuffed the neck a little more. But wobbly head. So yeah, like I said, we're going to get to these two eventually in our Zodiac series, and we'll be doing them in thread. But I did them normal size for my second cousins. And I think I'll just keep in this size, even though this one's smaller. I'm not as happy with how he turned out. I did my best, but this is Venom. This is for my cousin, not the same one that had those girls, but I have three cousins who live in this state. no, 4 who live in this state, but 3 who come to Christmas. I'm like, wait, no, do the math, other. Yeah, if you haven't guessed, my name isn't actually Lindy. It's something else, which you'll figure out really quickly if you go to my Ko-fi, because it's written in there what my actual name is. But yeah, he's a big Venom fan, so I tried making one for him. His son is a Spider-Man fan, so that's my next gift project. And speaking of gifts, big gift projects, this one, I finished this in a week. I was obsessive about this project. It came from a book called Fellowship of the Knits. It's Lord of the Rings inspired. I made some mistakes in the color work, which is why you can see this little thing here. I need to fix that. Fix something there, and I marked it because I'm like, I'm never going to find this again. Which probably actually is an indication that I don't need to go do the duplicate stitch, because I'm probably never going to find it if I take that marker out. But this is for my sister, who, if you're in the Discord, that's Dark Wolfpaw. And she needed a new hat, so I made her a hat. I'm also making her that winged shawl I worked on in stream once. But she needed a new hat, so I took the time to make her one. And that's how it turned out. That was my first ever stranded color work in knitting. And it wasn't as hard as I thought it was going to be. And it actually went faster than I thought it was going to be. I did not think I was going to finish that in a week. Technically it was 10 days because I started it on the 18th and finished it yesterday, but I frogged it all the way back to the beginning on the 21st, so it was a week. But anyway, let's get into our Tunisian squares, shall we? So I went ahead and chained 15 because the 20 stitches was too big and took too long, but 10 felt like too short. It made too small of a square. This was a 10 square. So it's like, okay, let's try a little bit bigger. So this is the book we've been working from, Tunisian Crochet Squares by Petra Tornak Zimmerman. I hope I didn't butcher any of that name. And we got up to the Tunisian purl stitch, and I was doing it in black, and I decided nope, not doing that anymore, because it wasn't showing up very well. So, and if I keep my head down any longer than normal, it's because I put chat on my tablet, and I have my tablet sitting over here, so I can see chat without looking up. But I should look up more because, you know, I have my face cam here, so why not actually do that? You know? Okay, so we go pull loops to get started. So now, how was everybody's weekend? Mine was filled with obsessive knitting. Like, okay, the local yarn store owner was having a garage sale of, because she was into, like, she did beading and did classes on that, and painting classes. So she just did a lot of like crafting classes and everything. And she was getting rid of some of her supply stuff because, you know, she didn't have time to do the stuff anymore herself, and B, when she moves locations, she's not going to have the space. It's a smaller location, so she is like, I'm going to get rid of this stuff. So she had a garage sale, and I was thinking I wasn't going to have the room. He's like, yeah, she's going to not have room for doing stitching, so I was going to stay home. And then the Venom, I was going to do the felted details, and I didn't have red felting wool. It's like, that's fine. I have a cone of red wool blend yarn. I'll just use this to, you know, turn it back into fluff and, you know, needle felt that. It didn't want to turn it into fluff. I mean, it's fingering weight yarn, so it's like, no, wasn't working. So I ended up going with the only intention to, you know, get the wool and ask her about, you know, okay, do I flip my decrease stitches? Because the instructions are written for a right-handed knitter. I knit left-handed, and it's like, my stitches probably, directional decrease is probably lean the opposite directions. Because that, you know, crochet stitches lean the opposite way for left-handed crocheters than they do right-handed crocheters, but it's like, does this matter? And I was asking a lot of that in a lot of places, because before I got to the decrease rounds, because it's like, this is important to know. And for your information, any left-handed knitters out there who don't know that answer, the answer I've gotten is it doesn't matter as long as you stick with the order you put them in. It's whatever you happen to like the look of. And so, I got that answer from her because I ended up bringing my project bag and whatnot with her, and it's like, she's like, yeah, no, I didn't have as much stuff to put out, so it's like, yeah, no, if you want to sit and stitch, that's fine, because that's usually what she has when she's open on Saturdays for, where you can come in and sit and stitch and whatnot, keep her company. And that's what I've been doing with my Saturdays for the last 6 months. And so I sat there for several hours, from 9 until noon, when my hands got too cold, because it was a little bit of a colder day, and her furnace, the shop's furnace, it was steam heated, and the furnace for the building was turned off at some point in the last 2 weeks, and so yeah, no, it got a little chilly in there, and my hands were just like, no, we're done. It's like, okay, thank you, I gotta go home. And so yeah, it was a time. Okay, so now I gotta remember how to do this. Oh, right. This is just the simple stitch work with, front yarn in the front. Anyway, so that was my thing, and then, knitting obsessively on Sunday to finish the hat. Does anybody else find themselves obsessively crafting because it's like, I just want to finish this project? It's like, no, don't bother me. I'm doing this thing. Although that's gonna be me when I cast on the Yggdrasil shawl, because I forgot that I turned off the closed captioning. I am so sorry. Anybody who needed that. Hi, where are you? Brain is a little slow today. I'm looking up, and it's like, wait a minute, there's no little black box. Where's the black box? And it's like, oh yeah, that's right, I turned it off on Tuesday because of the it was picking up our conversation and it needed not to. And so it's like, oh, that's right, I turned it off. I am so sorry, anybody who had needed that and wasn't having it. Wait, this one doesn't... These two don't look the same. Doesn't look the same. That one doesn't look the same either. Okay. But anyway, this question is obsessively knitting, so it's when I get to the Yggdrasil shawl, it's gonna be obsessive knitting all the way. Well, not obsessive knitting, but obsessive cast on all the way, my friend and mod Mikia was like, yeah, no, this one's gonna be crazy because it's 720 total stitches, but it's 360 pairs because it's a double knit. And when I told her that number, she's like, okay, it's like, it's got to be done when Jake's not home, because if you're casting on and he tries to talk to you, you're going to stab him with your needle. And like, yeah, probably, because I'm gonna lose count in that. Although it's like that's definitely a project that's gonna make me happy, that I bought like 300 stitch markers, because when I'm doing double knitting, I'm going, like, every row that I do, I go through before I start knitting it, and I mark every time that the color changes. So it's like, oh, with the exception of like my squares here where it has a two stitch border of like the white, so the main color, and then it switches to the contrast, and then then you got your pattern going. Oops, that was behind. But so it's like, yeah, that one's easy to remember that I need to switch there. But it's like, they're just, the shawl, like I said, it's 360 pairs, so 360 stitches, where I'm gonna have God's only know how many changes where I have to change from, this color combo to, oh, you switch here, you switch over here. It's like this many stitches, and then you switch again, and it's like, stitch markers are going to be my friend on that project. Hi, closed captioning, are you working? All right, let's restart it. And hello, are you okay? It's working now. It decided it didn't want to do its job. It's like, no, I'm done. Speaking of which, maybe it was that my I forgot to check my mic volume, so just a moment, please. It's like, that's something I always forget to do. I even have a note telling me to do it, and I forget. Oh, levels. Nope, it's right where I left it, so it's fine. So that wasn't what was the problem. It was just deciding, no, we're not doing our job. We're gonna stop working. We're on break. Or on strike, depending on which point of view you want to go with. But anyway. So yeah, that's gonna be a process, but I think before I get that done, I have at least one project that's going to also require a 60-inch circular needle, because it's just that long. Well, it's that long, but for some reason they want you working the width instead of the length. Actually, I do know why. It's because it does a cable across the width. And so you need to work from essentially side to side. So it's a scarf. And that's from Knit the Galaxy, also by Tanis Gray. Well, the pattern itself was designed by somebody else, I think. But the book was put together by Tanis Gray. And that's a present for one of my cousin's husbands, so cousin-in-law. And because he is a Star Wars fan, and then cis side. And then just a regular edge stitch here at the end. So him, I'm going to be making two things. I'm going to make a scarf and mittens, because there's two projects that are Sith related in that book. You got the Chancellor Palpatine scarf, which is the one that's worked side to side. I'm calling it side to side because, scarves are long and skinny, technically speaking. And then there's Darth Vader, but not Darth Vader, Darth Maul mitts. Like, there is a Darth Vader project in there, but it's a sweater, and I'm not doing a sweater project yet. I'm not taking the plunge on that. Plus, if I'm gonna do a sweater, my first sweater project is gonna be personal. It's gonna be for me. Come on, come back. Thank you. And so yeah, there's that. And I still need to find something for his two sons. So my cousin and his two sons. You got one who's a D&D fan, which is, you know, he's like, yes, I'm making him a dice bag. I just don't know what kind I want to make. I don't know if I want to do my Dragon Age dice bags or try to do something different. And then the other son, so the oldest one, was told his interests are muscle cars and printing things on his 3D printer. The only idea I had for a gift for him is like a cross stitch of a muscle car, which I'm like, I asked Stitch and Bitch because one of the members is a, you know, she's a car lady. And it's like, I don't know what a muscle car is what classifies a car as a muscle car. And so I got told it's, you know, era of 1950s, 60s. I think, if I'm remembering correctly. Are, you know, those would be muscle cars. And it's like, okay, he probably has a particular make model that he likes. And so it's like, and then someone gave me the idea, who's also a bit of a car lady, gave me the idea where it's like, because I'm like, yeah, no, the cross stitch idea, and she's like, oh, you could make a, you know, muscle parking only sign type thing. And I'm like, ooh, actually, I have this idea, design the cross stitch project, but do like muscle car parking only, 3D printing around the back, you know, around the side or something like that. So basically like make a little wall, so it's like a sign there, and it's like, you know, 3D printing deliveries on the side around the back. And it's like, no, that's not a euphemism. For anybody out there with a dirty mind. So that's my idea for him, and I might not get to it because I don't have the supplies to do a cross stitch project. So he might be a next year person, because it's like I have a entire master project list where it's like I have a list of people who get presents every year, who I want to give presents to every year, which includes my two aunts, my grandmother, my sister, her son, because he just turned 7 this year, so he's the age where he should be getting a present from his auntie every year. So he's in every year present recipient. And then everyone else is organized by did they or did they not receive a present from me in the last year. And if they are in the no category, which most of the people are, because this is the first year that I'm making Christmas gifts for the entire family. And it'd be, okay, if I manage to get everybody in 1 year, it's like, okay, it's whoever I manage to get to the next year. But if there's anybody who's still in the no column after this year, their first priority for presents next year after the always people get done. So that's my master list. And then I just added 2 more people because there's 2 people from the Stitch and Bitch group that is, so the store owner and then the car lady that I asked, where it's like there are particularly, it's like I consider them particular friends because one, the store owner, like I get to spend so much time in her shop, even though I'm not able to buy a lot of anything. And plus, she also considers me a friend, so it's like, yes, you now make the I want to make Christmas gifts for you type thing. So I need to figure out, you know, something for this year if I can. And then the other lady, yeah, it's like twice now she's done something where it's like, okay, like she is the one who suggested that I look into becoming a tech editor for knitting and crochet. I was like, almost said cross stitch. She's like, no, crochet, because A, she thought I'd be good at it, and B, she's like, yeah, it's, you know, complements what you're already doing, and also, you know, it's like it's going to fit into, you know, what you can do, what you're capable of doing. And so i.e. fits into my restrictions of, you know, from my disabilities. And then when we went to the visitation for this member who passed away suddenly, she didn't think of it right away, but like, kudos to her for recognizing it after the fact, because we had things that needed to be put in the back, you know, trunk of the vehicle on the way out. I had ridden over with her and the store owner to funeral home from the store because I didn't know where it was. It's not in my city where I live. And so they're putting it in the back, and I'm standing by the rear passenger door. And as she's getting into the front, because the way her car works is the doors stay locked. You can open the trunk, but the doors stay locked until she gets in. She opens her door, and as she opens it, she's like, crap, I should have done this first so that you didn't have to stay standing there. So it's like, okay, yes, it would have been great if she had thought of it, you know, realized it first, you know, straight away. But the fact that she thought of it afterwards and, you know, is basically going up, you know, facepalm moment, for me, that was huge. She also is the one who's like, yes, she works for a gas station. She's like a, I think, shift manager for it. And I stopped and got gas once at her during the winter at her gas station, and ended up asking for help because she pointed out that, yes, we do this. It's like, you don't have to do it. It's like, especially during winter when it's cold out. And I'm like, ooh, I should try this the next time. And I had gotten out, and it's like, ow. I'm like, okay, yeah, no, definitely not doing. I'm definitely gonna try to, you know, get myself to ask for help. She's the one that got sent out to help me, and she, you know, when she confirmed what she was doing, what I needed her to do, she then, you know, completed the process. And then it's like, yeah, next time just call into the store. We'll even, you know, do the back and forth with the payment card, and even do the food order. It's like, you don't have to get out of your car and deal with cold more than you have to. And I'm just sitting there, I'm like, just asking was a big step for me. Don't yell at me. So that lands her on my list of make presents. Because she was kind of yelly about it, you know, just kind of like, don't do this kind of thing, but, you know, coming from a good place. You know, because she knows that from me talking at Stitch and Bitch that cold hurts. And standing for longer than 10 minutes hurts. You know, 10 minutes hurts. It's like, yeah, no, you don't need to deal with this. If it's like, we will do it for you. It's like no, you don't. And everything, and it's just like, okay, fine, duly noted. And also, when I was talking about the Galaxy books, so the Star Wars one that I have, I'm like, yes, I want to make all the things. Well, I want to make all the things from the Lord of the Rings one too. But it's like, she jokingly said, she was like, okay, then make me the Padme's battle wrap. She knits better than I do, but she hates knitting giant rectangles. And, you know, like I said, she wasn't serious about it, but I'm like, note. And then was messaging the store owner, like, okay, I know she was joking, but I want to do it. Help me find yarn she'll like, because I think she likes pink, and I know she hates acrylic. She calls herself a yarn snob, which I don't agree with. You know, it's like, okay, you call yourself a yarn snob, that's fine, but that's not my definition of yarn snob. Yarn snob is somebody who, okay, yeah, you dislike, you know, acrylic synthetic yarns, but you have to do more than that. You have to also sneer at everyone who does use it. So that's a yarn snob. If you just simply don't use it yourself because you don't like it, don't like working with it, synthetics, you're not a yarn snob. You're just somebody who knows what you don't like working with. So I've never met an actual yarn snob in real life, thank the gods. Also haven't met the other kind of fiber snob that I heard about while I was knitting at the yarn store was Saturday, excuse me, which was the store owners who, you know, they'll sit there and they'll ask you, it's like, oh, do you knit? And if you mention that, no, I crochet, it's like, oh, that kind of reaction. And just kind of look down on the customer where it's like, oh, you don't knit, so, ugh. It's like, ugh, you crochet. Kind of snobbishness. And it's like, I still buy yarn. Why are you... And in fact, I have to buy more yarn than people who knit, because crochet uses up more yarn than a knitting project. So you should be in love with people who crochet. It's like, we're still, you know, good customers. It's not like we're rude or anything. It's just we use a different tool. Oh, nose. So yeah, I've never met one of those either. But no, so yeah, anybody else, has anybody met one of those two fiber snob types? And so what was the experience like? Because I'm interested in a horror story right about now. Well, actually, I do have a horror story of my own type thing, which it was so weird that it was just this weird tangent. And it happened on Ravelry, which, for those of you who don't know what Ravelry is, which, you know, might be anybody who doesn't, you know, craft or do crochet and knitting. So it's basically a repository of knitting and crochet patterns and I think a couple other crafts that are yarn related and also yarn database. And they have forums where, people can chat and ask questions, so on and so forth. And somebody had asked for advice on whether they needed to block their acrylic gauge swatch. They were working on a patterned sweater. And I answered that gauging your swatch will give you the best idea of what your finished sweater is going to do when you wash it. And most patterns are going to tell you whether you should or shouldn't. So it's like that statement wasn't the clearest in what I was saying, and somebody replied to me saying I disagree on this point, the should or shouldn't. And when they said that, I'm like, oh, okay, I wasn't clear enough, and I replied to them saying, okay, when I said this, I meant it as I've seen patterns that have specified that the gauge measurement is taken, after blocking, such as the Noble Maiden hat that I was working on at the time. And the point that they had made previously was that it's not typical. They mostly see ones that have no mention of blocking at all, but it's like they have the 4 inches, then there's this many stitches to an inch, this many stitches to 2 inches. That's what they typically see. So I clarified that it's like, okay, there will be patterns that will literally say taken after blocking. And then, okay, so a minute and a half till break, and I'm gonna finish the story first. And then there are the ones that don't specifically mention blocking. I just assume that you measure it when you get the required stitches, or in my personal preference, more stitches and rows to ease the measurements. And they immediately respond with doubling down on that's not what I typically see. But they agreed that yes, they have seen patterns like that, and that's just like, I wanted to tell them to fuck off because their point was irrelevant. But I was a good girl. I didn't say anything. I didn't respond to them because it's like, one, I'll be an asshole if I do. And I agree with them. It is not a typical thing, but my answer's still correct. Anyway, we're at a break and there will be 2 minutes of ads that run. Get up, get a stretch, get some water. I'm going to do the same and we'll be back after those 2 minutes. See you then. Alright, we're back. Sorry for the extra delay, but took a little bit for my body to say, hey, remember all that coffee you had? Yeah. I hate when it does that. It's like, why not tell me that before I get up for a break so I can get back on time? It's like, also, if you could, actually tell me I'm hungry and before I'm so hungry I feel like I'm going to throw up, that would be fantastic. Bodies do weird things. Hmm. Meow. I forgot I did that. Hi, Nikia. Welcome in. Thank you for redeeming that meow and scaring the crap out of me. How are you doing? Doing a bit better, but still meh? Okay. I'm glad it's a bit better. And in case anybody's wondering about that first meow, I did that this morning. Since the work should take like 9 hours and you're way over 9 hours. Oh. I am so sorry to hear that. You know what? Something's weird because I only have 12 stitches and I should have 15. So you have any plans for the rest of your day, Mikia? Mm. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh, and while I'm doing this community challenge fulfillment, I should remind everybody that we're currently working our way towards a stream where I crochet left-handed. So if you want to see that, donate some channel points to the current community challenge available in the rewards menu. Gonna try to work a bit more on the deer. Okay. And see if you can finish it today. Okay. That'll be fun. And hopefully relaxing. and maybe chill and get some more CR catch up. Control Critical Role. I'm like, I said control. It's like, why? No, I know what this is. I know what CR is. Ugh. Yeah. Oh, he just went to the gym. He almost ran out the door. He's a few minutes late, probably. Okay. Well, I hope he has a good workout session then, you know? Thank you, Nightbot, for reminding everybody about the Discord. Yes, I know it's a bot. Like, speaking of the Discord, I have been sitting in our voice chat lately because our it's been like the least utilized part of the whole server, so it's like, yeah, let's actually start using it. So, you know, if you guys want to hang out there, that is great. I was in there off and on all weekend, so yeah, no, we can come hang out there. And like I said, I last week Monday, I am dropping to 3 days a week with a little bit longer streams, but Fridays all I'm gonna do is hang out and, you know, in the Discord voice chat. So if you want your normal crocheting geekery fix on Fridays, you're gonna have to come hang out in the voice channel with me, because I noticed for 2 months I was consistently skipping Fridays because my spoons were just like, ugh. And that was a really weird face. Just really weird face. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. How? Well, no, I guess I lost a stitch. I should have probably did the 16 if I wanted this. Okay. So, and I know I asked already, but earlier in the stream, but there might be some new people. So how was everybody's day? How was your weekend then? And if you've already answered that question, you don't have to answer it again, unless you want to. Come on. Thank you. And since it doesn't look like it's going to give me the music... Oh, I don't have a command for music on Nightbot. I will have to recreate that. That was just a list of our... a command that brought up the link to the playlist for the music. And speaking of our music, we got the... Oops. Here. This feels really weird. Current Ko-fi goal is to get more music for our playlist. So right now it is just long enough to cover all of stream. So you guys hear the same songs every single stream. So looking to get some help getting a few more tracks so that we can, you know, have a little bit more variety. Or if you guys don't mind non-chill vibes being mixed into the playlist, I do have a lot more Game Chops music. They're just not this chill vibe that we've got going. Wait, no, this one is a normal edge stitch. I think after I finish this return row, I'm going to make a 10-minute poll about the music. Maybe people will like to answer a poll, but not make a comment in chat. Okay, so got that going for us. Oops, put that up while I do the poll. Okay, there we go. There's a poll up. If you feel like answering, go ahead. If about whether we should add all of the tracks I have or just, keep it chill. So go ahead and answer that if you have an opinion, but don't want to state it in chat. That one was done, right? Okay. Okay, that just looks like it's another a loop on top of a loop. Yeah, the last one was so nice. Why is this one a pain? Let's go through what? There we go. Yeah. Made a new friend today just by talking about yarn. It was great. Because I went on my friend RC's stream last night. Well, I wasn't participating in it. I was part of the audience. I've been silent in their server for a while because I haven't had anything really to say. And I talked about what I've been doing, which included my sister's hat. And he told me to share it because they wanted to see it. He was playing a game with a friend, mutual friend. And so I posted it, and this morning another person on the server complimented it, and we got talking about yarn because this person also knits. And they told me that, because they knit and I'm a beginner knitter, they're like, oh yeah, no, if you have a question, just ask me. So yeah, no, I have new yarn friend. It's great. Like I kind of like the look of this stitch. It looks like pearl stitch from knitting, but it's kind of a pain in the butt to do. Don't mind me stopping to, do hand stretching because, like I said, I've been obsessively crafting for the last 2 weeks, so I probably really shouldn't be, I should be taking a week off to rest my hands and whatnot, but it's like, no, all I want to do is craft. Wait, why am I doing this with that held in front? I need to have it held in back. Here we go. I'm kind of bored with this stitch. I think we're going to leave this as a rectangle and move on to the next one. Well, not the next one, because it's just the same thing with two different colors. So we're going to move on to the next page. Come here. All right, get this finished off, and then we can see what the next page has for a stitch and work on that. We've got about an hour left. Hour and a half, hour 15 rather. Wait, no, this is regular edge stitch. Doop, doop. Come on. Oh, for the love of the gods. There we go. Close enough. It's a bind off, so we're fine. And then one to get a bind off there. And then long enough that we can weave it in. Or later. Alright, so the Tunisian purl stitch. What do we have next? Like I said, the next one in this book is a Tunisian purl stitch. stripes, but like I said, it's the same thing. Pinstripes. Okay, so this mixes simple stitch with purl stitches. Okay, so I need an even number of stitches. We're gonna do 16. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, we're gonna stop there and go to break. There will be 2 minutes of ads that run during this time break, but now is the time to get up, move around, stretch. You can stay sitting if you really want to, that's your prerogative, but like I said, get up, move, stretch. That's what I'm going to be doing. Get a drink of water, get a snack, and like I said, we'll be back after those 2 minutes. See you then. Right, we're back. Hope everybody had a good break, a good stretch. I know I did. And so we're gonna pull up all these loops and yeah, tomorrow we'll be returning to our regular streams and be doing the Libra Zodiac doll. Can you guys believe that tomorrow's already the last day of April? This month is going by fast. I made a challenge to myself on Ravelry to do 20 projects in the year. I might have to up it. I'm already at 14 done. 10 of which are Christmas presents. If you include the hat for my sister as a Christmas gift. Although I'm probably going to be giving it to her in October or something so that she has it for when it gets really cold out. But yeah, 14 of 20 presents already, projects already done. I might have to increase how many projects I'm planning I wanted to get done. Oh, our poll has ended. Let's see what the results were. Alright, nobody had an opinion, so. Which is fine. You guys don't have to answer polls or answer questions. I just put it out there because, you know, I stream for your guys' entertainment, so. I know Mickey would tell me this is my stream, do what you want, but like I said, I stream for your guys' entertainment, so I like knowing your guys' opinions for my consideration of what I'm gonna do. of what to do. So we're just going to alternate the simple stitch and the purl stitch. And that's how we're going to get our pinstripe. I'm a little confused because the chart that they give me ends with a purl stitch, but I ended with a simple stitch. Did I miss a chain somewhere? Yeah, I think I did. I know it says I'm supposed to like skip the first one, but like it's not gonna come out right if I don't. Do that one. Anyway. Yeah, I'm just like super confused now. My thumb's going numb. I might have to stop soon because my hand's going numb, which is not good, and it's probably because I don't have my thicker handles that I'm using with my crochet hooks. So I'm gripping tighter because that's what I do with the smaller hooks. But for some reason, not the knitting needles. Knitting needles I hold loosely. I don't know why. I wonder if I could hold... Hold a Tunisian like I hold a knitted needle. Nope. I start to hold it with too much tension when I have to pull through a tight stitch. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna finish this row and then I'm gonna see who I have to raid, because my hand keeps going numb too quickly. I need to give it a break. Longer breaks than I can while I'm streaming. So yeah, like I said, tomorrow Boons willing, we'll be going back to our Zodiac projects with Libra, whom we've got the body mostly done. So we're just cracking on that project. So it's not quite all the way through. There we go. Nope, not all those 3 loops. There we go. And there we go. So, see if I can get this in here. I can kind of see a little bit of it. So, all right. Like I said, my hand's going numb, so I can't keep going. So that was our second day of Tunisian squares, rectangles, as most of them turned out to be. So we will be going back to Libra tomorrow, if provided I can crochet and not have to cancel streams. Let's see who we have to raid. JC. Okay, so we are going to go and raid Jay-Z Sketch. It looks like they are currently cross-stitching. So, raid message. That is my raid message, so let's see. I'm going to copy it for myself. And thank you everybody for coming in and hanging out with me on this lovely day. Whether you lurked or you were active in chat, you are all fantastic people. And let's go check out what Jay-Z is up to. And until next time with me, please remember to always take care of yourselves, okay? Like I said, let's go check out what Jay-Z is up to.